Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Nia. I love you, bro.
I love you too, bro. And I hope you know that this year goes amazing for us, for the pod. You know, honestly, Valentine's Day, it's kind of like what's one of my favorite holidays. It's like right before my birthday, but also not too far after Christmas. And my parents, they don't celebrate it, but they always give me stuff. So like they bring me like a bunch of stuff. Like they'll be like, oh, like here's like a basket, or like here's a bear, and it's always chocolate, and I love it. It's like Christmas too, Christmas pre-birthday.
Yeah, my parents are the same way. Actually, shout out to Madeline and Steve. They would always like load us up with some chocolates. I love the Reese's hearts.
Yes.
You know, I think Valentine's Day is just about love, bro. And you could love anybody. You could love many things. I think the memes are excellent about like, just know if you're alone on Valentine's Day, it's because you're ugly. If you were more attractive, you would have had a date. And, you know, good tweets are good tweets. But
those are just statements.
But I don't think that's true, is what I'm getting to.
I mean, if you don't have a Valentine, then you don't got one. And is it because you're ugly? Maybe.
It might be because of your character.
It could be because of your character.
Or
it could be both of those.
Some kind of trait that you're not aware of, but everyone in your life is, and they just don't want to tell you.
And that's okay.
That's okay, because you are still lovable.
You're still lovable. You know, maybe you have the face a mother could love. At least a mother could love it. And that's nice, and that's good. Not everything is about romantic love. Also remember filial, what else? And your friends, bro. Practice gratitude. Gratitude. Instead of Thanksgiving, fuck Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day.
But that's only half the reason that if you're watching this, you'll notice it's a very red situation. Last episode, we opened up with earth tones. We were both wearing like the muted forest green. Today, if you can't see us, everything red. We got the hearts red on the wall, but it's also red for another reason. Nia?
Happy Chinese New Year! Ooh, oh yeah. I'm happy that it's Chinese New Year's. It's a lot of shit going on right now. It's the weekend of love, Ramadan coming up, Chinese New Year's on the 17th. Mardi Gras is on the 18th. Like, it is back to back to back to back celebration. It is a great time for those of color and those who want to, you know, join in on the fun and see what it is. I don't know what white people do during these times. But
Lent.
The most.
It's Lent this week too. That's the Mardi Gras.
Restrict yourself.
Mardi Gras is the fun, like other side of the coin of like, and we're going to do Ash Wednesday, and we're going to give up our fun things in our life.
Yes, for 40 days and 40 nights. All for God.
It's all happening this week.
Yeah.
Would you say, and if you have listened, and I think you already may know the answer, but I'm curious, are you more hype about Valentine's Day or the Chinese Lunar New Year?
Can I be honest with you? It is genuinely like 50-50. Like, I cannot choose. Like, that's like trying to ask me if I love my mom or my dad more. Like,
in Nia's life, there are two things. There are Valentine's Day and Chinese. Welcome to the morning, Bleezy.
早上好。
Welcome to the morning, Bleezy.
Welcome. 早上好，早上好，早上好.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I'm your co-host, Jake.
And Nia. And we're here. Welcome to the morning, Bleezy. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're on your way to work because you do need to make this bread. It is cold out here, and you got to keep your shit heated. So make sure you're on your way, clock in, and, you know, just try to make the best of it. We're in a very festive time, you know, just try to find whatever energy you possibly can and just get this shit over with, because at night it's going to be popping. Mm-hmm. Bro, I can't wait until Tuesday. On the night of the 17th, you're going to see me all dressed up red and gold and green only. Like, I'm going to be the most, they might be offended by how Chinese I'm going to be. Yeah.
More on that in a second. But I think we're like a morning podcast, like for the listeners, right?
Absolutely.
Like y'all have your evenings free this week to enjoy all the festivities because you're listening to this on your way to work. Or home, and that's fine too. It's a commute goes both ways. But I always picture them in my head as like they just woke up and like they put this on
or they're on the way back, unless if they're like a night shifter.
And you know what? That's on me for not even considering that.
Where I never Sunday considered graveyard
that
people
Dr.
at?
Pepper could be a woman. It's like that tweet.
I never considered that.
But
cheers to the tea.
Cheers.
We have some nice pu'er as well as some yerba mate. We're getting real nice with it.
Because as you heard us accidentally name last episode, today, Monday, the 16th, is CHINEVE.
Yes.
Because tomorrow begins the Lunar New Year. And we're like China is that was my Trump, but you do it better.
What? China?
Yes. Like when I say it sounds like I'm trying to do something problematic, but like when you do it, you're like, oh, she's doing the Trump saying China.
China, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main topic of this episode. We're also gonna recap how we were right about some of the Super Bowl. I
mean, I was right as hell, and you know, some of you have complained. Some of you have complained to me, and let me tell you something. You weren't listening carefully, but we'll get to that.
We will get to that, but shit, I mean, that's half the ep. That's what's coming later. Let's just start off as we do, week in, week out, with
the weather, or in Chinese, 天气. The only thing that's been happening with the weather so far, which is the most fucked up part, it's really hard for bad bitches out here. It's a slippery time for bad bitches. Bro, mind you, I go to work. Like, where I work, it's
That's how I feel to be a bad bitch right now.
That's exactly what it feels like. Devastating. Unpredictable. Terrifying. I work somewhere that has, like, a lot of hills, right? It's dummy hills. The snow has been melting and then freezing and creating these very thin, invisible layers of ice that have been fucking me up constantly.
Fuck ice.
I fuck ice. I got this good. My coat is nice. I got a nice ass coat from my mother who loves me. You've seen the coat.
Everyone at the Super Bowl individually at a different moment said, Nia, that coat.
That coat is amazing. And I was like, thank you. Yeah, my mom got it for me. Like, it's really nice. I got that coat. I slipped twice in one day. I was so ready to beat everybody ass. Like, I was like, I don't know who the fucking mayor is of Yonkers, but me and you gotta have words. Like, you're really fucking with me right now. Like, we gotta do something about these roads. Something must be done about the snow on the sidewalks. Like, it's slowly, as with this heat wave, thank God that's happening.
And we say
it's slowly
heat wave.
Going away. Heat wave being like 35.
It was like 31, and it was great. It was amazing. It had the energy of that, like, you know, last spring we hung out on like the first actually nice Saturday.
Yes.
We went to Prospect Park and it looked like a fucking college campus.
Yeah.
Everybody out on the quad with their fucking blankets and their frisbees. And it actually felt like that energy because everyone was freed from the shackles of single degree weather all fucking week. It was like, oh, it's 31?
Immediately went outside. I was having a great time. I feel like spring is springing. I don't know what Punxsutawney
and we don't give a fuck. I think, you know, and we're going to get to it in sports, but I think you predicted wrong on Punxsutawney P as far as what he did or didn't see.
He said it was going to be an awful winter. Yeah. He did.
Yeah? Is that what you said?
That's what he said. I think that we're going to be experiencing a short winter. I think spring is, she's a coming. The sun is out.
Oh, so nice last episode you were doing your own groundhog. Yeah. You weren't saying what he was going to do. You were just doing his job for him correctly.
Correctly. Okay. Because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a He's not me. I know it. I'm a human woman. I know the weather. So that's the weather.
Okay, road traffic.
That's it.
That was the road segment. Yeah, because you cut it right before the train track sound came in. So yes, We're talking about the roads. I didn't know this till Nia brought it to my attention. However, on February 26th, which is before the next time you hear from us. So this is your warning, everybody. The driving points are getting more intense.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more aggressive.
If you fuck up, like it's gonna hurt you more on your license.
Yeah.
So as a aspiring licensed driver, Nia, does that change your pursuit of the?
Honestly, bro, don't even call me that shit no more.
Wow.
I want the license to have the license because you need white people paperwork. That's the only reason I want it. I can drive that. I can drive this shit right now. Give me the keys. I'll drive it. It's just that I have to go. I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to have to go back and forth with you and be like, oh, you didn't back up too right, and oh, your car, and oh, bro, just let me drive the whip. Like, stop fucking playing with me.
I have the chart.
Give me the chart.
Speeding used to be 3 points. Now it's 4. Cell phone while driving used to be 5. Now it's 6. Those are smaller increments, but we got passing or overtaking a stopped school bus goes from 5 to 8 points.
Damn.
Reckless driving goes from 5 to 8. Failure to yield to a pedestrian goes from 3 to 5. Following too closely. Damn, like, when are they enforcing this shit? I say that, I'm going to get some shit on the way home. But following too closely goes from 4 to 5.
Well, don't do
Broken
that.
taillights is 1 point. Thank God I got that shit fixed last year.
Thanks.
Obstructing traffic, 2 points. Illegal U-turns, 2 points. What does facilitating aggravated unlicensed operation mean?
They're just trying to get anybody.
Yeah.
They was like, whoever.
Speed contests or races, 5 points.
I know how y'all niggas like to drive in the summertime, and I'm okay with that. Like, I like the racing. I think it's fun sometimes. You just got to be like, do it appropriately, and just know how to drive. Know how to drive. Brush up on your driving skills. Make sure that you don't get caught up in this nonsense because they want you to go to jail. I'm not driving. I won't be there, but I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Good for you.
Since the snow hasn't melted for 3 weeks, the street sweeping, like the alternate side parking rules, have been suspended the whole 3 weeks since the snowstorm. So the parking situation has been a fucking free for all. And it's been good to me. I shoveled out 2 weeks ago for last episode, Bleezy. I parked it that night and I didn't move it again till this morning for the Bleezy. And I was able to get right out because I moved it back into some other shoveled spot. But there's some cars that like have been like trapped in the whole 3 weeks. Yeah. Like even now as it's melting, maybe they're still trapped in. And so there's some debate about, well, not debate, but there's like people who are very anti-car. Yeah. Are like, this is proof that y'all don't need the fucking cars because they just sat there for 3 weeks, but they were taking up parking spots. The roads could be like, pedestrianized, upzoned and all that shit.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck I use my car for. I mean, I understand why people would want less cars in the city, but I'm just like, I don't think that's super realistic. It takes a really long time to get from the Bronx to fucking Brooklyn via the train or any type of like transportation. Like everything is super deep. It's like too compact, there's a lot of boroughs that have like too many twists and turns. It doesn't make any sense, girl.
I mean, I live in the best public transit city in the fucking country, and I love it. And I probably would have sold my car already if I wasn't using it as a production vehicle every other fucking week. But I do this almost like every other episode. I'm on my hypocrite shit. I'm like, cars are the worst thing that happened to this country, but I do love my 2003 Honda Civic.
Yeah, she does what she needs to do. And I feel like that's where it can lie.
Honestly.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Duality.
Very Chinese of us.
Well,
now let's get to sports.
Sports.
I was right. I told you. I said not Sam Darnold. I said AJ Barner. What did I say?
Well, you said a lot about Sam Darnold.
I did say a lot.
That did not come to pass.
And that may not have happened. Listen, I'm not a sports girl. You can't take everything that I say like super to heart. Sure. But I thought it was a surprise because let me tell you something. When you said to me that you did not bet on the Seahawks to win, that literally broke my brain. Like, I was like, you're not why would you not do that?
And let me tell you why, Nia.
Tell me.
Because I put the max amount that I was willing to lose on the Super Bowl on the very specific branded Morning Bleezy generational wealth parlay. I put like $27 down on Sam Darnold and AJ Barner each having 2 touchdowns in the game. That would have netted me like something like $20K because it's so unlikely. The Seahawks winning that game was inevitable. So like if I had bet that the same amount of money, it would have made way less. Like there's less of an incentive to place that bet. Like, you know, and that's why I'm not a good sports bettor, and that's okay.
I'm
but
like,
if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do the one that is the generational wealth part. Like 20K is generational.
This is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't understand the gambling. If I know something is going to hit, I'm gonna do that. Not
and like people act that way, and that's like better. Like if you're gonna do it all the time, like you would just bet the small things you know will happen, and your winnings add up over a period. But I bet like once in a blue moon. It's like I play the Mega Mill when like I'm hearing about it online.
Yeah.
Like if it gets big enough that like I'm hearing about like have you bought your ticket?
Then
I'm gonna go do it. But like I'm not like buying it every day with the same numbers, even though that's probably the highest odds you'll ever have. You have better odds of getting struck by lightning twice, but like you should always play the same numbers in the lottery because like that
it could be
that just takes one out the pot every time. But no, I mean tell me about like you're like you never said to me specifically to put a bet that was just the Seahawks win.
I must say to you, when you watch that footage back, that didn't occur to you that I was telling you that the Seahawks were going to win?
No, because you were saying specific numbers and specific players, which I listened to.
I feel like
very carefully.
I feel like if they was gonna make so let's say that he did do the 2 rushing touchdowns and the 2 receiving touchdowns to AJ Barner, right? Would that not be a good case for them to win? Like if they was doing that shit, that means that they're gonna win. At least to me, indubitably. I thought that was translated. Maybe it was lost in translation.
Well, obviously, based on what I was saying, I also thought the Seahawks were going to win. But I already answered. I already answered this question by saying I put my money on the one that was going to multiply it crazier if it hit. If it was about just winning a bet and feeling good at the end of the weekend, then I would have bet on the Seahawks. Because they embarrassed the Patriots and it felt really good to watch.
I mean, destroyed them. It was embarrassing.
We were on the couch like, man, I hope Drake Maye gets one so he don't kill himself.
So he doesn't kill. Why you put that? Okay, let's talk about it. Why did they put that baby on the field? I mean, he is small. Like, and I kept commenting. I was like, oh, maybe like I was like, damn, like these people like. These are some really big football players this year. But I was like, no, it's just I'm looking at them standing next to Drake Maye and they look like fucking giants.
As reported on the morning Bleezy, born after 9/11.
Born after, and you can tell he didn't get a lot of milk. That's when shit started to go like out of style and niggas started drinking like oat milk and almond milk and shit like that. He's like, he might be a little fucked. It was bad. It was really bad. It was kind of embarrassing. I did feel bad for him at one point. I was like, bro, like... And why did and is he in charge of that? Like, is he the captain? What is he doing? Why is he important?
He's the quarterback.
He's the quarterback, so that's like the dude. Like, why did they put him in charge?
Because they were ass for the last few years, and they drafted him, I think, the season prior to this one. And this is like his second year, and like, that's what you try to do. You try to draft a guy and develop him. And I think the Patriots, and I hate the Patriots, but like if you're talking strategically as the Patriots, they just got to the Super Bowl too early. They were not supposed to be in that game. That's why they got smacked around.
Yeah,
they
it's part of the script.
They fucked around their way into the AFC Championship game, and they played against Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, except on the last play of the game the week before when the Denver Broncos beat someone.
The Broncos beat the
Bills.
The Bills, yes.
The Broncos beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Bo Nix broke his ankle or something like on the last play.
Damn.
So they had won the game. So if you're a Broncos fan, that's like torture because like now you're in the game to win to get to the Super Bowl, but from the start that like your guy is out. And so if the Patriots had run into the Broncos with a healthy Bo Nix the week before, we would have seen the same smackdown 2 weeks prior, not on an internationally televised game. And it would have been
the Broncos versus the Seahawks.
And it probably would have been a better game. It actually would have been a rematch of a game that the Seahawks smacked the Broncos around when it was Russell Wilson versus Peyton Manning, maybe like 10 years ago. That was actually, I looked it up after I was on shore in the last episode, and the Seahawks won one Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. They beat the Peyton Manning Broncos. They lost to the Tom Brady Patriots. And now Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion quarterback.
Absolutely.
In 2026.
Let's talk about the enjoyability of the game. I don't think it was that good. It was actually one of the most like boring games I've ever watched.
It was fun. Like, I guess you don't have like the trauma of the Patriots from childhood.
Yeah.
Like, you don't always play every team every year, but you play the teams in your division twice every year. And the Jets and the Patriots and the Bills and the Dolphins are the AFC East. So the Jets faced Tom Brady twice a year, every year.
Damn.
And
just
we were there, bitch. So, it was not a good football game, especially if you're like, casually into the like, yeah, I'll watch the Super Bowl. Like, it was like a bad football game, but it just, like fascism lost last year when the Eagles, broke the Chiefs' spirit, and fascism lost this year when the Seahawks beat the Patriots. Even though Drake May looked like a deer in the headlights, and I felt bad for him.
He did. I was like, get that baby off the field. But let me tell you something. So we did not get a Trader Joe's commercial, even though I honestly at every single turn I was like, this is a Trader Joe's commercial. This is definitely a Trader Joe's commercial. Like, I was excited for it. I was hyped for it. But in fact, instead of Trader Joe's commercials, we got the opposite of a food commercial, which is take the fucking diet pill commercial. I would have never guessed in my life that I would have heard
the opposite, isn't
Mike Tyson. Exactly. Mike Tyson said, I used to be so fat and nasty.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
That's funny as fuck.
I used to be 300 pounds eating a half a pint of ice cream every hour. Half a pint of ice cream. Tuesday. Literally. Oh he's like, I was 300. I used to be so fat and nasty. And I was like, wow. And then you have fucking Serena Williams, who Serena, right? That's Serena.
Yeah, Serena.
On the Roco?
Yes, on the road. Diet pill. I'm like, yo, like
She's been on that bag because like I've seen her in the Subway ads with the Roco.
Subway, literally
like a while now.
Everywhere. Like they are pushing that shit. And I'm like, listen, I am like fucking terrified because that was always something like growing up. That was always something that that they always told you, like, there's not gonna be some pill that'll fucking make you skinnier. Like, there's no magic fucking pill. There's no magic pill. And I'm like, I still don't believe there's a fucking magic pill. And I don't think that you should take that shit. No. If you have like some type of like, and I can't give you medical information, even though, I am a doctor. Technically, I'm pre-med, so that counts. Like, yeah. So, but I'm just going to say, don't get the fucking Instagram Ozempic. That should be fucking regular ass common sense. Do not just randomly willy-nilly get the Instagram Ozempic. Please, I beg you, go to the Planet Fitness and it just don't eat a seafood boil every other night. That's okay. It's okay, bro. I also enjoy eating. Do not take the fucking Instagram Ozempic. Don't micro-noom. Micro-noom? That sounds normal to you? Micro-dosing GLP-1s? What's happening? And then you have us, singing coin-based karaoke. I hated the fact that we did that. It forced you to like interact with the commercial. I don't like that.
A gun was held.
A gun was held to my head as I sang karaoke of the fucking Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or whoever the fuck it was.
There was a debate. Is this the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
I have no clue.
we weren't sure, and that's fine.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Coinbase was trying to run back because Coinbase had that ad like a couple of years ago that was like just a QR code bouncing around like the DVD logo.
Yeah.
And that was like iconic for some people, even though it was fucking crypto. And so they're just trying to chase that high and they'll never get it again. And like, I can't blame them, even though like crypto is evil, Like I don't blame Coinbase for being like, fuck, like we peaked with the QR code ad.
Yeah.
And we'll never get it back. What can we do instead? But no, I didn't fuck with that.
It was okay. What was the best? And the best
there was
commercial.
No best commercial.
Yes, there was.
Okay, what was it?
He Is Us. The Jesus commercial was fun. I liked it. I
called that shit like 3 seconds before it was on the screen. Because y'all know the game. You're on the couch. You're watching the Super Bowl. It's just a bunch of generic ass B-roll, inspirational, lens flare from the sun, whatever.
Yep.
And everyone's shouting out, it's Verizon, it's Chipotle, it's Trader Joe's. That was at our party. That was like every ad was gonna be. I was like, this was gotta be Trader Joe's.
It gotta be.
But the one that we were all kind of feeling, like they just hired like a good ass editor.
Yeah.
That one had like a rhythm to it. That one was getting me hype. It was getting me hyped to be a human.
Yeah, it felt nice. I was like, oh, this is good. Like maybe
and
this
then
is what it
I
is.
felt it. I don't know what it was, but I felt it right before that title drop. I was like, oh, he is us.
You know what it is? The spirit. You felt it. You felt it. Listen.
The spirit that told you the wrong thing about Sam Darnold?
Whoa. He is never wrong.
Just early.
Hey! Mashallah.
We can't tax the church, but they can pay for fucking Super Bowl ads. Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, they got me. They got me that one time. I think that they put their money to good use in this one commercial because it's better than He Washed Feet.
Yeah, literally, they learned from He Washed Feet.
Yeah, He Washed Feet was not cool. Yeah.
It like that was a highlight. I remember getting hyped for that. I remember that there was a Poppy ad and like the
shit soda.
The probiotic shit soda.
Yes.
And that led to a beautiful moment in our household where me and Taylor realized that we each thought the Poppy in the fridge was the other person's for like 2 months because no one was like excited enough to like sneak it or ask
like,
sooner than when Poppy was on the fucking TV. It was like, bro, is that Poppy yours? He's like, no, I thought it was yours. I was like, I thought it was yours. So then we all, as a group, poured the Poppy can into our wine.
Yes.
And we said to Poppy, and it was just kind of fun to like, you know, ironically, of course, like let a commercial like into my brain so blatantly.
Yeah,
like everything looks so good now, like 4K, like, you know, like you look back at like footage from like 2010 sports or anything, and it looks like garbage, and it's like, well, at that time we were like, this looks so much better than 2004. The infrastructure is always invested in, and it wouldn't be to the extent that it is if it wasn't just to beam fucking like ads into our brain,
retina, just like
24/7. So like we know that, we knew that, and you know, like obviously some of the Super Bowl ads were evil as hell.
They were just
so for a probiotic soda, it was like let's let the advertisement work.
Yeah,
but let's talk about the Ring ad, bro.
Bro, you want to find your dog, right? You got to find your dog. It's for your dog. You can find whatever you need.
Tap your front door into Skynet for us real quick. We'll find that bitch.
You don't want to lose old Fluffy, old Scruffy.
It's crazy that like the backlash to it has led to like normies being like, oh my God, Ring is bad. Because how the fuck was this the point that you realized that? You know, like that's on you. I don't.
They will be so scared. Like motherfuckers will shit on China and be like, you know, and they're watching everything that you do, and they're on there and they're monitoring you, bro. They gave you an ad for that shit, and you hoes is like, oh, gotta get a Ring. You choose this. You love this. You love surveillance state. That's
and
your
if you
favorite.
missed it, it was that you lost your dog. Well, Ring is on everyone's front door, and it's Amazon, and it's AI, and it's cloud, and we can
like track
just like
your dog through like
sweep
all
that
the
shit
cameras.
like the fucking like the thing he built in Dark Knight.
Yeah,
where with Morgan Freeman in the basement, like looking at everybody's phones, like they're like, yeah, we found the dog. Well, bro, they're gonna use that for you if you show up to a protest. They're gonna use that if you know you tweet the wrong thing, you know, like
especially oh my gosh, if you have like any type of like large immigrant population, they're gonna be tracking your ass down.
I saw a tweet that was like, you know, the Super Bowl ads have been like corny and annoying for years, but this is the first year that they felt evil,
yeah.
But not only because like the Ring thing is like, you know, like propaganda so blatant that regular ass people were like, now hang on.
Yeah.
Besides that, the other half of the ads that would normally just be harmless fodder were AI touched up out the ass, if not purely AI generated.
I hated it so much. It felt like such strong pandering. Like they really, 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 really want you to use AI. actually felt disgusted, and I was hoping that none of the like the millennials or any of like the older people that was their target audience, especially with those fucking actors that they like age down or whatever to fucking sing and dance and do whatnot. I was like, I really hope that this did not touch you in some way or shape, form, because this was fucking awful. Everything just felt so low effort, unfunny.
The slop is crazy, and I think that's why I was, because like, you know, we were pretty drunk.
Yeah.
And I haven't smoked all year, y'all. I haven't smoked all year.
I don't smoke no more.
I don't smoke no more. I've done a couple like tincture drops, and on the Super Bowl night I had a gummy. Mm-hmm. And turns out when you do it in moderation, then the individual moments are really fun. Yes. Because it's not just what you do every day. So that's my PSA. But I was just probably yelling, just doing bits out the ass at the Super Bowl. And it was probably really loud, and I apologize. But
no, it was
I think
great.
The reason I was like trying to like push ironic group poppy toast was because the AI slop of the rest of them were really just driving home what advertising is.
Yes.
Like the mask is peeled off because when it's done artistically and they really have the crew put their pussy into it, it's like at least like cool to watch. Like the He Gets Us ad. Maybe that's why the He Gets Us ad was so effective, was because like it was well made, and like we could feel that because we had been watching like a dulled down butter knife for fucking hours, bro.
Precisely.
And also the Peacock app sucked, and it was really low res the whole time. Like Super Bowl last year was on Tubi.
Super Bowl was pretty.
It was on Tubi last year, and that shit was crisp as fuck. So I don't know what Peacock doing.
Shout out to Tubi.
They put the whole IT team on the fucking Olympics, which no one's watching, and that's on sports. But I don't know.
We are still in sports.
The Olympics are happening right now. Yeah. No one gives a shit,
and I don't care.
And it's like the Summer Olympics, like, you know, I mean. Winter Olympics versus Summer Olympics.
No, I
probably
feel like
summer for me.
We should talk about
but
it.
The Winter Olympics are cool. But the last time the Summer Olympics happened, which was 2024, which is coming up on 2 years ago, that was still Biden. And like, you know, everyone, even at the time, like, you know, like there was a lot to not be proud of as an American during Biden, during the Summer Olympics. But like, obviously now, like, it's really, really bad. So, you know, at that time it was like, yeah, fuck America. But Steph Curry went off and beat France. And like, I feel good about America with the team on the floor.
Yeah.
But like, it's really hard to even like ironically, athletically, patriotically give a fuck about what America's doing in the Winter Olympics right now.
No, I can't get into it. Honestly, I feel like we're all very, very concerned with everything that's happening over here, the takeover of AI. They're constantly threatening to release the Epstein files, and they'd be like, LOL, there's no files. LOL, there is. LOL, there's not. Like, and nobody got no fucking money, and it's cold, and they're threatening there's always some storm or some disaster that's going to happen, and then we get scared by threats of like political warfare and stuff like that. So I don't think anybody really has the bandwidth to deal with the Olympics. Like, I really don't care. I was actually surprised because, you know, I'm going to bring it up. I love heated rivalry.
I didn't know that about you.
Well, now you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I love them. So basically, Hudson and Connor, two actors, you know, Shane and Ilya, they were the torchbearers. I think it was a couple weeks ago. And
the opening ceremony.
Yeah, and I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
I really did not care. I was like, damn, you're so beautiful. Damn, I only have $32 in my wallet. And now, like, I would have obsessed about that for maybe a couple days if, you know, if the economy was good. But I can't. I got to go to work. I got to fucking pay $12 to take the Metro North to my fucking job. $12!
They, you know, Russia is still, like, banned from the Olympics. But Israel's, you know.
Israel's still
they're
here.
Going out there giving them their best.
It's so dark. You know what, man? I don't care about the Olympics. If you give a fuck about the Olympics, you know, if you love snowboarding, if you love skiing, you know, send us some reels, some highlights and stuff. I'll look at what you guys send us.
I bet there's cool shit going on.
But I'm not going to look it up of my own volition, and that's going to be that.
Anyway.
That was sports.
All that to say, all of that, everything we just said about sports, all that to say, right now, listener, on your commute, you are blessed. Your ears, the left one and the right one, no Van Gogh, are being blessed with the only podcast that said AJ Barner is going to do something.
He didn't do something. And did I lie to you?
No.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't. I told the truth.
Because that was not a popular pick for like who would like have one of the main touchdowns of the game. But, you know, Nia felt the tingle.
I did.
We broadcast it out into the world. If you chose to run with that,
You were right.
Blessings with you.
Good for you.
And if you didn't, listen next time.
Yeah.
But
get on it.
The only that's one of our new phrases. You know, we have keef for your commute. Adding keef to your commute since 2023. I'm proud of that one. That's actually on the sweater I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
But a new you know, like a B-side slogan for the show is the only podcast that said AJ Barner was gonna do something. And you can get that on a shirt right now at themorningbleezy.com. We have a shirt that says the only podcast that said AJ Barner was gonna do something, The Morning Bleezy. So check it out. New shirt alert.
New shirt drop.
You gotta let them know.
Alert.
You gotta let them know.
Wait, where is it? New shirt alert. New shirt alert. That's good.
Well, shit.
In news. Why does everybody want to be Chinese right now? I feel like we really have to explore that. I think the American people, as much as we do love our like individuality and we do tend to do things like for ourselves, and we're not as collectivist as we like ought to be. I think we do crave it. We do crave that helping hand, that can I lean on my neighbor, or to like know that your government isn't like warring with itself, like that type of security.
And the rest of the world.
Constantly putting us in danger.
You think that the being Chinese trend is about like collectivism more than it is about like what good living, like healthy lifestyle, like well-being shit?
I think it starts out, I think the thing that is bringing all of us in, that like is kind of like the umbrella of it, that we can't even really, that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. It might be a bit subconscious. I think it is the stability of China. Like the idea of China, like not having to, because I'm not super Chinese, not yet. Right. Like we fight ourselves so often when it comes to like politics. Like we're always, honestly, low-key always on the lookout for somebody else that might have like a difference in views than us, like so that we can argue with them. And I think the people of America also like the strong identity of China, of the culture and stuff like that, like and how different that like it is to us, but also are fascinated by how similar, especially like these cities and stuff like that, are to like American cities. We're a lot more open, to Chinese culture, I would say. Which
means that the United States machine has to try harder to paint China as evil.
Yeah.
Because God forbid we look up to another example of like an opposing way to run a country. Like we are the pinnacle of the West and they are the East, you know? And like the whole American bit is that like the economy has to be this way because it's like natural order. Like this is how an economy should be organized because like it only makes sense this way because like that's just the like how physics and then evolution and like now we have the stock market and like it just is because it is. It does not have to be, but they don't want you to think about that. So like China, you know, they shoot their protesters. Do I even have to make a second line of that joke? Like fuck.
There's almost like a wanting to be handed off to China that I've been sensing.
Dude, throughout the memes, like whenever like some new heinous shit happens in America, and it's like President Xi. How do you say XI? I'm learning here.
Xi Jinping. Is
that
his name?
How do you say the first name? Like
she. Is it she? XI. She.
That's
like
XI. Because the meme is like Kermit the Frog, like reaching his arm out, like President Xi. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Fire when ready.
Just come, we're ready, bro. Just take us.
Which is really funny because like the whole pretense of like, you know, the war in the Middle East, the 2-second war in Venezuela was like, they're begging for us to come down there and freedomize them. Like that we need to go in and like, you know, blow a bunch of shit up, kill a bunch of civilians so that they can be rescued from the tyranny of their government. And we're in here like yo, China, can you come?
Can you just please invent? Nobody will fight you. We will be perfectly fine. I would love a high-speed rail. Can I please? I feel like we see what they have and we want it so badly for ourselves. But I do also want everybody to know. And now, you know, it's amazing. Everybody's drinking warm water. and having like medicinal teas and stuff like that. And we're all making our own baozi. We're all like, you know, we're figuring out what's my name in Chinese. You're learning Mandarin. You're doing that. And, you know, it's great. And we're really getting into the culture as respectfully as we possibly can. Always remember that you are not actually Chinese. Always remember that you came from America. And let me tell you something, you have American tendencies. As much as you might think that you want to be Chinese, like you was not born Chinese, let me tell you something. You have been living your life in a very American way. You've been American your entire life. I'm going to say, if you don't try to pull American shit in Chinese territories. Know that there will be a difference. Always remember that there's going to be a difference in how shit is actually run. Like, I be fantasizing it like, oh yeah, if they came through and changed it. But for real though, like, we would be super duper like Chinese. Like, if we would have to listen to the government for real. Like, they do not play that shit. Like, I feel like we're getting a taste of it kind of like now. We're getting a lot more like Surveillance City, a lot more, you know, beating, like taking people out of their cars from their families and just taking them away, beating them, hiding them, imprisoning them, sending them off to different countries. Not even the country that they're apparently supposed to be deported to, just to a different country, another one.
To a hole in the ground.
A hole anywhere. And so, you know, like, we're starting to get a taste of that, like that firm hand, like that real hand. But I'm like, I think that, you know,
the hand is just being hid less good now. It's always there.
I think that personally, raise your hand in the car or on the train or wherever the hell you are.
Definitely if you're in public.
If you're in public, raise your hand. If you think that this is a conspiracy theory that I have, we might just kind of be handing ourselves off to China. Like, the government, I feel like they're going to try to juice as much as they can within the next like 20 to 30 years and then just kind of slowly hand us off to China.
I wouldn't say that they're handing us off to China, but we are wrapping the control of the earth up in a bow and a package and leaving it on their doorstep with the key. Like, we're giving the world up and saying, like, y'all run this shit.
Honestly,
not like to China, but just in the way that we're shooting ourselves in the dick like every other day and just letting our grasp on the world slip.
Yeah.
Who's going to be there? It's like, you know, it's just whatever superpower can fill the vacuum, because we are creating the vacuum by completely deflating our handle on shit.
How long have they been doing this?
Which was built on blood and exploitation and genocide and all the worst things you can imagine in the world. And then it's not like a let's give it to China. It's just that, like, who's going to be around? Like, Russia's too fucking busy doing their bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, and it was Russia in the last century, you know, after from the 50s to like the 90s, it was like US and Soviets. Yeah. And what you're talking about with like the example to like look up to elsewhere is actually why maybe we could have like kept pretending America was okay for so long, because as long as the Soviet Union was strong, even if the Soviet Union, even if there were issues with it, even if, like, you know, there were countries under its thumb who wanted out, which all had valid concerns, like as long as the Soviet Union was doing okay, there were certain things about it that they provided for like their workers, for their everyday people, that if America didn't at least offer like some kind of diet version to Americans, it like we would like then the American people would be like, well the Soviets can, you know, they have, you know, this amount of like, you know, maternity leave or you know, weekend like type shit, like this like labor rights shit. Like a lot of the labor rights shit was partially brought. I mean, there was a lot of strife and sacrifice by Americans in the streets, but like also just by the example on the eastern side, like because it was strong. So when the Soviet Union fell, for like the last 20 years, like we haven't had to like pretend to compete with anybody. So like they really just stopped giving a fuck, you know? They tighten in the grip, but also they're putting less of a like a paint on the grip. And now we're realizing that China might be cool. And it's China, the same thing, just a different alternative guy.
I think that we believe that China gives more of a fuck about its people than we know that they give, like our government gives a fuck about us. Like for sure. And
well, the US government wants you to be like oh, like China, like they all have to, like they're just like zeros and ones to them.
And
like
there's nothing
they're
that you
just
can do.
cattle to the government.
Yeah.
Bitch, we are cattle to this government.
No, absolutely. They try to tell you the first thing that they're like your individual rights, like your freedoms, they'll all be gone. Like you won't be able to work where you want to live, where you want to be able to own shit. You can't do, bro. I can't own shit now. I can't own it at all. I couldn't own it if I wanted to, for real. Like I have the option. I have it's there in front of me. The ability to own a home is like dangled in front of me, but like I cannot reach that. And you don't want me to reach that. Therefore, you will not allow me to reach that unless I do some other shit. I gotta fucking gamble. You gotta hit the
Sam
fucking
Darnold,
20,
AJ Barner generational wealth parlay.
I have to do that. Or fucking or sell my soul in the goddamn stock market. Do some other shit. Like some other shit. Strike gold, strike oil,
right.
Something. You can't just be a fucking normal person and have a normal, enjoyable life. You have to make over nowadays, in order to live comfortably, like have a 1-bedroom apartment, you have to make like 75. At
probably
least.
More,
honestly, like 80. At least 80. So like in New York, at the very least, I would say 90 in New York.
Basic American dream package in New York.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
At least.
No, it's crazy. I don't think anyone who's like on the like let's be Chinese wave is like, really like, how can I do my part to help China come in here and run shit? Because I don't think that will ever happen.
No.
But it's that China is a real thing that exists and we know it and it's over there. Any group that like could have maybe slid in America, like from within America, was like murdered out in the 70s.
Jesus.
Like Black Panthers. Like,
Yeah.
And any party like that. Like the FBI did their fucking thing.
Yeah.
So now we're all just left here and we all know something's wrong and we all want an alternative. But there's like nothing to like there's no nucleus to like build a gravity and like materialize that around. And that's fucking by design.
The only thing that happens is that we get really, really angry for a couple of days and then we post and then eventually they will probably kill somebody, scare the shit out of everybody, and then everybody goes back to work.
Go down GTA. I feel like you and Vani were particularly early adopters of the let's be Chinese meme.
Yeah.
And when do you think that popped up?
I don't think I can give like a very accurate time
because you've been living it.
I've been living this since I was like 15.
But like the momentum of the internet of like I feel like I would say like the last 2 years has been like, well, let's be Chinese or like the thing of like, I did this but I just called it this, and that's just an example of how Chinese my brain is, like that's like relatively new.
I feel like we finally hit a point where we're less scared of China than we are of our fucking government. Like I feel like we're more open to them than we are to what's happening now. Especially now, bro. Like they're genuinely being like, yeah, it's cannibal pedophiles everywhere running the country and everything. Kind of low key running the world. So
a lot of us knew that.
I knew
like
that.
for decades, right? Like online.
I knew that since day one.
It was not crazy like to be on Twitter and be like, well, yeah, like the world is run by pedophiles. But like what's new about the last like 18 months is that now like your mom knows that. Like, like now like at Thanksgiving, everyone's around the table like the world is run by pedophiles though. And everyone's just like, well, damn, can you pass the potatoes? Like it's like, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do?
And we should do something.
We probably should, but.
We should do something. Probably.
My theory, because I think y'all have been on the let's be Chinese wave. Love that. I saw an article maybe last month. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was just like some fuck ass like Yahoo News article that was like, why is that? Like you said, why is everyone saying let's be Chinese? So that article was written in January 2026. So that means like it got to the point of when they were writing like, why is everyone saying 6'7"? So like it really has like now like even broken more mainstream. But my theory is that the seeds were at least planted. What was that? 2 years ago, 1 year ago, when they were gonna ban TikTok, and everyone downloaded RedNote.
Yeah.
And that was like a real like the wall fell and they were standing there and we were standing there and it was just like, oh, like y'all cool. And then they were like, is it true that if you go to the hospital once, you could be bankrupt? And
Yeah.
we were like, yeah, it is true. And then people were like, well, why?
Why though? Actually getting to speak to the average Chinese person rather than having your government be like,
tell you what it is.
And this is what they do and they have to act like this, and Xi Jinping is always looking at them like the eye of fucking Sauron. Like, or they're just regular ass people just like you that are just like, I'm so sorry that you live like this. And I'm happy that you brought that up because it was also a very heartwarming time. I feel like everybody was so excited to actually be like, let's talk to like the Chinese people and like get on there. And they got really, really scared. But then we got like,
we were too American. We killed the vibe.
Yeah.
It was that cool moment of like, oh wow, we all are human. And like we could just talk and like we don't have to be told what the other side is like let's hang out. But then we pulled up. I wasn't on it, but like we as Americans like tried to like move into RedNote.
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't know about that. You
Yeah,
know, because we couldn't like respect the house rules.
Yeah.
Like we didn't want to take our shoes off in RedNote. You know what I mean? Like, and that's because we were bred in like a complete culture of individualism. And it's like, I don't think the correct solution is like complete collectivism, like group brain, like, you know, we all watch Pluribus.
Yeah.
But I think like the ideal shit is like not maybe 50-50, but just like a fusion of it. Like
has to be
more
figured
collectivism than we have.
Yeah.
Maybe more individualism than they have, just so people can like, you know, not go crazy. But I think we're maybe being lied to a little bit about that. But just
what do we think that the move should be? Personally, I think that we don't need to do Xiaohongshu. We don't have to do Instagram or TikTok or whatever the fuck. We should have like a middle, like there should be a like Chinese American, like, or Chinese English, like we should have one. Like there should be a space for that for all of us to interact. Made by the people for the people. Well, I mean, like, the Chinese government is gonna they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna be there, yeah.
And you think ours won't?
I mean, they're gonna
like,
do that
Congress stole TikTok from China because it was too pro-Palestine. So if you try to make like a hangout online where Americans and Chinese can like realize that like we're not so different, you and I, both governments. Honestly, if China's smart, they would let it happen because they have the PR advantage right now. Like they know that like we're interested in what they're selling, so to speak.
Yeah.
So America would definitely be the one to be like, no, fuck that shit. Like,
and I think that honestly, I think the people would fight for it harder than they would fight for anything else. TBH.
Well, if we let TikTok go, then like, how are we gonna do it, bro? Like,
listen, the combined power of the American and the Chinese, unstoppable. The power is with the people, and I feel like that should be the end of the morning Bleezy. I'm ready to eat some baozi. I'm ready to have some longevity noodles. I'm ready. I'm fully ready to transition into being Chinese. And I think that, you know, this is the year of the fire horse. This is the year to make it happen.
What's a fire horse?
So every year in the Chinese zodiac, there is a animal as well as an element. I was born in 2000, so that's the year of the gold dragon. This year is the year of the fire horse, you know, so there's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of money.
The element
making.
part rotates and the animal part rotates.
Precisely.
So there's been other horses and there will be other fire things.
Yeah, there'll be other fire things.
This year is the fire horse.
Yeah, it's not the gold horse, it's the fire horse, you know.
Shout out.
So shout out to that. You know, make sure that you're making moves. Make sure that you're trying to get to this bread. You know, this is not necessarily a lovey-dovey time. This is more of a serious, like, let's get to the money and, like,
it's
really
Valentine's Day, bro.
Right now is Valentine's Day. Like, this is before Lunar New Year. This is still CHINEVE.
Sure.
They're still listening to this on CHINEVE.
Sure.
So after CHINEVE, make sure that you're getting to this money.
May it find you.
May it find you.
Go into work. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Hit
Check
the pin before you go in. Hit the pin.
Love it.
The Penjamin.
Okay.
What's the Chinese name for Penjamin?
All right. While Nia Googles that, I'll just run off that you could get our merch at themorningbleezy.com. That includes the only podcast that said AJ Barner was going to do something shirt, now available.
Okay. The Ming Hao, so it wouldn't be the Ming Hao, it would be the Pen Hao. So hit your Pen Hao and make it do what it do. All right. 再见, y'all. 再见.